Today, I'm going to show you how you can open an account at eToro, how you can buy or sell stocks, CFDs, cryptocurrencies, ETFs, and even how you can short certain stocks and certain cryptos. Let's check it out. Now, as a very quick review, eToro was founded in 2006. It's a pretty well-known broker around the world. I've actually done another review of eToro, at least I compared it to other brokers on this channel, so feel free to check that one out. However, a thing that has changed since then is that eToro actually became public, which let's say is a bit of a plus with regards to their safety and with regards to the, let's say, credibility of the broker. Now, eToro is a pretty decent broker. It's not necessarily my top pick, but it's let's say it's an okay choice, especially if you're a beginner. Now, once we get to eToro's landing page, we see that we need to fill in a username, our email, and the password. But the username isn't really a huge deal because you can also log in with your email as well. And after you fill that up, you will receive an email, obviously, to confirm your account. Now, after you receive that email and you activate your account, I would advise you to actually set up your two-factor authentication. This is a small thing, but it's an extra layer of security for your account. Passwords can be hacked quite easily. This can also occasionally be hacked, but it's, let's say, an extra step that the hacker would need to take. So I would always advise you for all the brokers which you're using to try and set up a two-factor authentication system. Okay, so once we do that, we see here that we can only deposit up to $2,000 because we did not fill out our personal details yet. I would highly encourage you to do so. Now, with regards to depositing money here, we see that we have an option for multiple currencies. However, I would highly advise you to go directly to dollars. And the reason for it is that eToro has pretty much all of the stocks and cryptos in dollars anyway. So if you deposit something else, for instance, let's say euros, they will actually exchange it on their platform, and it seems to me that the exchange fees are quite high there. So in my opinion, it's not the best choice to actually do the exchange on the platform. I personally just use a USD account and just directly send the money from my USD card. Also, just a quick note in case you want to withdraw money, the process can take several days, and also there's a $5 withdrawal fee. So I would make sure, if I were you, to not withdraw too often because those $5 can add up. Okay, so once we've done that, we can see here the user interface. It's quite nice. And for instance, if we take a look at a stock like Tesla, we see that we can actually set up a price notification. So let's say that I would want to be notified if Tesla drops below $500. I might want to buy it, I might not, but I just want to be notified of this. So if I set that up, then eToro is going to send me a notification when that happens, which is pretty nice. Okay, so now let's jump into buying a stock. So let's say we want to buy a share of Apple. What I have to do is I have to search for Apple in the search bar, or I can also search for their ticker symbol. So in this case, it's AAPL. Both of them will be fine. And I see here this stock, Apple, right? So once I click on it, we see here that I can buy one share, but also eToro allows you to buy fractional shares as well. So you don't necessarily need to buy one share. Let's say you only want to invest $50. That's fine. You can just invest $50 and you will buy then 40% of a stock or whatever the price may be. Now, this is a regular order. However, what you can also do from the menu is you can select from this drop down, you can select order and then just set a rate here. And what this means is that I may want to buy a share of Apple, but I only want to do so if the price dips below $120. So then I can easily set the rate here at $120, which means that the transaction will not go through unless the price drops below this $120. Now, by the way, if you're getting some value out of this, I'd really appreciate it if you can smash the like button. Thank you so much for doing that. Okay, so moving on here, we see that we also have the option to buy the underlying asset, so let's say an Apple share, but we also have the option to buy it with leverage. Now, I've discussed about this in a previous video. However, what this means is that if you're buying, let's say, Apple stock with 5 times leverage, you're not actually buying the underlying Apple stock. You're kind of placing a bet, let's say, on whether the price is going to move up or down. And if you're buying it, like, let's say, with 5 times leverage, then what that means is that if the stock moves up 10%, then your position is going to gain 50%. However, if the stock moves down 10%, then your position is going to be losing 50%. So this is a pretty risky thing. In my opinion, you should not base your investments on that. But if you want to, let's say, gamble small amounts of money into this kind of thing, then occasionally purchasing something with leverage might make sense. What you have to consider though is that each CFD trade has a small overnight fee. So if you keep your CFD positions open for long enough, those small fees can accumulate. So if you're trading CFDs, you definitely want to make sure that you're not leaving your positions open for a very long time. Another thing that you can do with CFDs is you can actually short a stock or a cryptocurrency. Now we'll get to cryptos in just a few minutes. However, let's say that you would be trying to short the Apple stock. Now, as you can see here, even if I don't actually yet have Apple in my portfolio, I have the option to sell it. So basically what this means is that I'm kind of shorting it because I'm placing a bet that the price of the stock is going to go down, and also I get to short it with 1 time leverage, 2 times, or even 5 times leverage. Similar with the other example, if the price of the stock would be to drop by 10%, I would actually gain 50%, right? Because I'm actually betting that the stock price will drop. But also if the price would gain 10%, I would be losing 50%. If the price would gain 20%, I would already be losing my entire investment, right? Because 20% times 5 is 100%. So basically you have to be very careful with CFDs, especially if you're using leverage and even especially if you're shorting something. Okay, now let's move on to ETFs. Now this may be a bit different depending on your country, but for instance in Europe here, we don't actually have the S&P ETFs, but they do give you a CFD without leverage that kind of tracks SPY, or similarly that tracks VOO. They also pay out the dividends as well, so it's almost the same thing, let's say. And similarly here, you can also place an order with your desired rate, so you're not gonna pay any more than that. Moving on to cryptocurrencies. Now, like I said, eToro is not actually specialized on cryptos. They do have about 10 or 15 at the time of me filming this. So it's not necessarily the best choice if you're going all in on crypto, but for people like me who only have like, let's say 5% of their portfolio in crypto, then it's probably a pretty decent choice. So for instance, in my account, I actually have some Bitcoin, I have some Ethereum, and also similarly here, you can see that you can also place a short, so you don't necessarily have to buy Bitcoin. You can also short it using the sell option. Another interesting aspect of eToro, but which I haven't used too much, is the possibility of copying other people's portfolios. So using this service, you can actually copy what somebody else is doing. In my opinion, you really need to be careful with that, but it can be a fun way to learn about what others are doing as well. Now, this was basically the gist of what you can do on eToro. Obviously, there's other things as well, but these are, let's say, the main things. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. In case you're not yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing and make sure to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post again. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.